Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the TSRC and CRACKD M2 Mayhem. Here, of course, just pretty much 1 week before Christmas. We're in the Christmas mood with our wonderful little snow showcase here as well. My name is Nicholas Hillebrand. I'm joined today by Dean Biggles at Oulton Park Circuit, a layout that's, well, they actually raced most recently in the 1970s without any chicanes whatsoever, but of course at the modern times here in the M2. Brand new added in iRacing in the last update. So, yeah, quite a nice little addition. Dean, how are you doing today?
Good evening. Yeah, cold. It's not really cold. It's quite warm in Australia. But yes, I'm doing fantastic. Little snow. I think it's enough for the snow, isn't it? It's not snowing on track. Everybody's just tuning in. Thank you. It's a one-time special event that we're doing here. The CRACKD M2 Mayhem, because these drivers have not actually driven these M2, not really had much of a chance to drive these new M2s during the iRacing, have they?
Yeah, I mean, it's a completely new car, but, well, a car that I think is quite familiar to sim racing already. BMW already having had their M2 Cup ages ago on R-Factor 2, and also, of course, you know, in the DTM program in real life, actually, for quite a while, until recently, and, yeah. Either way, you know, really good Cup car. It's part of their big career ladder program from, you know, the BMW M2 Cup before E3. And, very interesting concept, of course. This thing is, of course, powered by a typical, at this point, 3-liter inline-six twin-turbo with 365 horsepower in this trim and around 550 newton-meters of torque, 7-speed gearbox. It's a road-going gearbox, interestingly enough. And, well, it weighs just shy of 1.6 tons.
Ooh. Just shy.
A bit of a heavier car.
I was going to say that is a bit heavier, isn't it? You can see. Now, welcome to iRacing's new. If you are just new to iRacing and tuning in and you're not aware of the new updates, well, they've got these particle effects and bits and pieces and dirt and dust and front fenders and everything can kick up on the track, as you can see there currently at the moment. Will affect the drivers and the handling and get goo on the tyres and make them less sticky and less traction and more fun for us as spectators watching it. Not so fun for the drivers, as you can see, struggling at the moment during qualifying. They're really out in track, mate. It's all packed. They're like a pack together, actually. I don't think they've got the memo. You can spread out a little bit during the qualifying that we're currently underway with. On top of it, we just went through, didn't we, in the green room, just setting up everything, because we had like Christmas sparkles all over the track with some of the new iRacing graphics.
Yeah, we just have to, you know, it's something that had to get a bit fine-tuned, but nothing too challenging for our wonderful broadcasting director, of course.
Yeah, thank you. But, actually, big shout out to Karen Sharp, of course, who helped us out with that one. Speaking of which, let's ride on board with Karen Sharp, and I tell you what, Nicholas, give us an Oulton Park on-board shotgun experience.
Righto, so we just came out of, well, what's back then called Shell Earl's Corner. Now, through that bend here, normally you can see that there would be a chicane there, but not today, over the hilltop. And that should be not even up into 6th gear. It's a really, really long transmission here. Through Knickerbrook now. Almost, well, actually, does actually touch the grass a little bit here. Through Clay Hill. And next left at Water Tower. And now to Druid's Corner, down another gear to 4th again, around 140 kph through this corner here. Relatively speedy, you can see a lot of dirt still being carried across in between the corners. Next up is Lodge Corner, last real corner, so to say. And now over the crest of the left-handed Deer Loop to the start-finish. Of course, completing the lap here. Was he actually on a running lap? I don't think he was. I think he might have been on an out lap. But yeah, Old Hall Corner, the avenue now here. Then on the right-hand, a downhill Dentons into Cascades. And come on, yes. And actually through the barrier there, you can see why this straight is called Lakeside. And then followed up by Island Bend through the left here. Also quite speedy, a very, very fast racetrack, especially in this layout. And once again in Shell Old's Corner.
Yeah, on the loud pedal course down this long back straight away. You'll tone in a little bit, but you won't get you shifting down into the 4th gear. Trying to climb the hill. You can see the sun's going to be affecting some of the drivers if they're in VR. The 5th gear currently at the moment, 200 kilometers an hour get ready for your braking point. You probably brake at the 50 marker there. Bang! You'll actually just shift it down a gear, 4th gear, back onto the loud pedal. You get a sweeping uphill underneath the little walk bridge there, and then you got to crank it over to the left because it tweaks over there, and then get down on the shifting gears. No breaker marks to help you out on that one, my friend. This is where some of the drivers have been making mistakes. 2 apexes to spot, goes out wide there, kicks up some of the dirt on the track that other drivers will be picking up a little bit later. Then, of course, all importantly, he's lifted off and neglected that qualifying lap from the boss man.
Yeah, it's probably just going to let himself fall back, so he's a bit more in a situation where he doesn't have any pressure from behind as well, so following here now, and everyone's all in the pack. I think no one really got the notice that, well, guys, you have more of the track to use. We see the track map up there. Pretty much the entire run from Shellhole's Corner over Hilltop, well, now to Druid's Corner is basically free. So, yeah, that's just free real estate right there, but everyone seems to be, you know, more comfortable around here right now, which honestly, to a certain degree, I can't blame them in that mindset, because if you have someone in front of you, you know, you have that general, like, concentration that you're trying to catch that person as well. And if you're having a decently fast person in front of you, that's a very, very nice incentive that you can have in qualifying.
Probably an idea too that they're getting around these new cars introduced to iRacing, what the toe effect is and the dirty air and slipstream and so forth. There's track temperatures as well too, 19 degrees Celsius for the track temperature. It is dry. There will be no snowflakes. Oh, unfortunately for these drivers. And well, the wind speed is about 19 kilometers an hour, so it might throw these cars. Well, they're heavy cars, mate. They're not going to throw around too much. So they're going to find out anyway, won't they? And you want to just let everybody know what the racing format is this evening that we're going to be having?
Yes, of course. As we can see, we have around 13 cars on track right now, but that's not because people were just not too motivated. We actually have 26 drivers signed up today, because we will be having 2 races, both 25 minutes. We have our open qualifying right now. Overall time 10 minutes as, that's Davidson shooting into the pit lane very, very quickly there. And this is Felix Smoggy completing his lap, not able to improve, unfortunately. But nevertheless, you know, the first race will basically be just regular old race. Then the second race, however, will be moving over with a reverse grid and also the second driver. So they all have apparently a bit of a Pro-Am lineup going, according to Kieran Sharp. So it should make for some quite entertaining racing here today. And of course, as well, standing starts.
Standing starts, exactly. So, I know you mentioned that one. Jamie will be on the pole position for the CRACKD Racing over there. Tom Davison will be lining up him, the boss man Karen Sharp, and Josh Millington, Hayden Miller, and Flexi Smoogie. It's that Glendy Donasis. I'm going to let you with that one. And alongside that is the next row behind is Nicholas. Go ahead to you.
Nicholas Davis in 8th place. Then after him, Gerli Consabo in 9th. Stefan Hütter completes the 5th row of the grid. Then we have Roland Katzelberger and Bart Raven in the 6th row. And Robbie McAfee closing off the grid in 13th place.
Thank you very much for that too. Well, Australia. I thought we had an Australian there. What happened? We lost an Aussie, mate. We're down to Robbie.
Yeah, his teammates.
Yeah. Yes, that's correct.
So yeah, a bit of a Pro-Am lineup. Actually going in the... Well, we're missing actually our P2 sitter, I think. So, yeah.
That's
Sweat Knob.
Tom Davison has to get in there and load in, my friend. You managed to put the car on the front row. You don't want time to tick out there and DQ you from the start of this race with these 13 gladiators ready to get the job done. New cars, new racing engine kind of thing with Fire Racing, so lots of new things. And welcome everybody this evening if you're tuning in. I see Red out there. Here we go. He's in. Tom's in. We should get ready to go.
Absolutely. And here come the lights. As usual, all the excitement. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And they're all out. It's go, go, go at Alton Park. And now making their way to the first corner already. We've got people slotting in, going too wide, looking for moves. And down the inside, that is the TSRC esports cars fighting against each other after turn 1. Griefers getting through a little bit better there with the number 455. But for P1, there's also an attack.
James,
42 versus the 14.
James Holder just sneaking in there, but no, not on Tom Davison's watch. He's going to be trying to battle that one too. So the P1 and P2 going for it tooth and nail as it disappears on the camera. And they're going to go side by side. I'm not quite sure you're going to be able to. You want to test these off-road limits at the moment, gentlemen. Kick up some dust. Oh, and James gets turned.
Oh. Yeah, not the best situation for them at all. And of course, now with the new dirt system here, that's also carrying plenty of dirt onto the racetrack. And, well, those slick tires will need a moment to be in peak tip-top shape again. But luckily didn't seem to lose too much time, still in the nick of it. And of course we have 25 minutes of the race to go. But look at that, it's Tom Davidson on board here. That's a lot of dirt already on the road from qualifying, of course. Whoa. And it's almost like Dakar Rally out there.
I know.
Look at all that dirt on the track.
It's fantastic. Imagine being back there at a little bit further back in the field, which we are. Have a bit of an... Hey, they're in a kitty litter already, my friend, some of these drivers. And there it is. That's Adam Burks, James Holder in back again too, falling 11 places so far in this race. Well, we do expect it's going to get a little bit pearl-shaped. It looks like Nicholas Davis is straight into pit road immediately, just saying, I'm getting out of this at the moment. I can't handle this stress.
Maybe it could have been a drive-through penalty as well for a jump start.
Oh, that's right. I looked somebody at the start there. Looked a big puff of smoke before the lights were coming on. So that's a very good possibility. Good catch on that one, Nicholas, I think.
Yeah, so really, really tough for the SSR Drivers Club here, of course. And, yeah, that's something that they'll have to look into for now, just trying to recover and making their way back up the order in this race.
Oh, somebody runs out into the kitty litter. That's James. Oh, no. My apologies on that one. I think that was Quinton. Anyway, we'll go back. There's so much action happening at the moment. Don't want to miss what is. There it is. There's a slow-moving car in the background. That's Quinton. He's getting back on to in the Dutch police car.
Robin McCaffrey, Autumn's Australia, actually working their way up to fourth place already. Wow. Or third place already, sorry. But an absolute charge by them here. And, ooh, that seems to be second place now. Because the 99 with a little bit of an off-track there. Losing some momentum and now Cracked Racing M2 together. What a team name. Looking for another move, but can't quite get it done through Druid's Corner.
He is gone. He is gone. He's going to hunt down Tom Davison pretty quickly at the pace that the Aussie driver of Robbie McAfee is doing. Once he cleared this pack, he's up 11 places. He's almost done a last to first challenge, my friend, as we've got another driver going a little bit off in the background there. The action's heating up at the moment with Denise trying to hold off Stephen behind him for the CRACKD Racing team there, and the two Dutch drivers behind them. Here comes Quinton.
And over the inside curb all the way at Denton's. Quinton and Wingert, obviously one of the fastest drivers as well in this grid, and trying to make moves where I honestly wouldn't be trying them, but nevertheless, you know, you got to put your opponents under pressure there, and what better way to do it than to send a couple of cents here and there.
Oh, nothing like a bit of door banging. That's what it's all about. Racing around Alton Park. You got to do a bit of door banging to get past. Just don't do any turning.
Yeah, but once again, lap 3 going over the hilltop. You can see all of them just approaching over the crest there, then back down the hill into Knickerbrook. Really, really fast, of course. And ooh, that is a very, very wild run there by P5. That's Phoenix Racing, I think. And Wingert actually getting moves done now. Getting around the outside of Clay Hill after a good run for Knickerbrook. And up into P7 and looking to make it P6 soon. With Wildfix Racing with another big one. And, well,
that's Dennis.
Brendan van Wingert, and he's just parting the Red Seas right now.
Yeah, Dennis with the throwback McLaren livery there, of course, but not providing the old smoking sponsor, and just kicking it up with Wild Things on the front of that CRACKD Racing D-Ranked Angels, and he is, that's Barton Raven, actually, I was talking about there on the back there of Dennis Pope, as I go side by side. Thank you, everybody. There. Good afternoon. I'm reading some of the chat as well, too, when we get a chance. The Aussie commentator's back. Woohoo, yep, I am. Can't get rid of me. And the other Aussie in P2, hunting down our race leader, but that's 4 seconds and change to get the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, getting close is one thing, overtaking is the other thing. But, of course, as we've seen, you just overcook the corner a tiny little bit, and very quickly, like there, with Luca Negrasses actually losing out big time there, just barely getting away from rear-ending Bradford in 4th place, and now losing position to Van Wingerden. And, well, I said it earlier, he just keeps on doing it, parting the Red Seas to move further up and continuing his chase. Oh, that's a bit of a...
NASCAR! All right, bump drafting. Here we go. That's going to compromise the exit speed right now. Here we go. It's the Battle of the Germans, P6 and P7 on your screens right now. In the first heat, 25 minutes. We are 6 minutes and change down. We have a lot of racing to go at the moment. These drivers are doing their absolute best to keep these cars on the track here at Alton Park.
Absolutely, and I will be honest, I wouldn't try to bump draft someone going into a corner where you have to actually brake for. So I think that might have been a bit of a misjudgment there. But nevertheless, all of them are still racing, all of them are still going strong. And my goodness, Tom Davidson and McAfee are just really leaving the rest for dust right now. Gardner, Bradford, and Van Wingerden not quite able to match the pace there. But Van Wingerden and Bradford all over the back of Gardner as well. So we're going to get another fight there for P3 in just a few moments, I think.
That is correct. You can see them on your pictures. There's Mav. He's the one that's leading this pack, and Will Bradford slowly starting to creep into him. Tom had responded to the challenge there from Robbie McAfee in that P2 position. So Robbie McAfee there basically exchanging quicker sectors and quick laps, like exchanging Christmas cards for Christmas.
Yeah, really good run there. And I mean, it is the season of giving, so they're just giving each other a challenge, very Christmas spirity of them.
Santa Claus is in the background there tuning in. Santa, hey, not time yet. Calm down.
I mean, your time zone difference, he's in Australia right now. I don't know how time zones work, but yeah, basically, we're back with Stefan Hütter here. All over, you can see that in that dust there, the car's also sliding quite a bit. There's not too much downforce on there. Those wings do give a tiny little bit, and the splitter, of course, as well. But with the sheer weight of this car, it's mainly mechanical grip, and Negrasses is running out of that, quite fresh out of the oven there. Van Wingerden now down the inside of Bradford, coming down to Old Hall Corner, and can't quite get it properly alongside on the brake.
Exit.
But, yeah, look at that.
But now he's got to decide to swing it around the outside here or lift off and tuck in behind, which he's elected to do. Get a run, of course, further up the field here, and another challenge. And this time it'll come in his favour because it'll swing to the left. Depends on who's got the most power down here, who's willing to brave, who's willing to lift. They ain't lifting.
Oh, Van Wingerden getting ahead, but Bradford not gonna just stick back there. Van Wingerden goes
the marbles
into the dirt on the outside, and light hit in the wall, but still a hit there.
We might need to call the police at the moment there for Quinton, and we'll continue up the battle further up the road that he was involved in just shy of a couple of corners ago. But now he's going to have to sit back and watch this one, and he's still got about 10 minutes to try to catch him if he wants in the first heat race. Here we go.
Oh, and almost going 3 wide there, guys. I would advise against that. We don't have enough space for that. Ooh, and Negras is losing a bit more, though. You can see more and more of that dirt there being carried on and over the track. And yeah, these guys are struggling, to say the least. I do have a bit of experience with the M2, and the traction on that car is not too great. Not a lot of traction and quite understeering.
Don't worry.
Oh, but Raven trying to get on the same level as Hütter, but not quite able to get there just yet. I think it's all cracked racing cars, so don't take out your teammates late. Oh! That's the grasses having to go a bit wider there on the turn-in. My goodness.
Oh, this is some absolutely cracking racing for the CRACKD Racing team as well, as long as everybody else. This is. Hope you're enjoying yourselves in whatever part of the world. That's right. It's still Sundays, almost Mondays here in Australia. Robbie knows exactly what I'm talking about. But he's dropped 2 seconds now, and he's 6 seconds away from our race leaders. Look at that, it's Tom's race to win at the moment, as long as he can keep it on the track. James Holder fighting his way back up after losing 9 positions in this race. And what can he do? Hopefully he's got a Bell helmet inside that car. He's got the Bell livery on the bonnet.
Breaking a sponsorship contract. Yeah, it's a Bell livery, but I've got a Schubert helmet. You know, I'm sure they don't mind. But we're looking at James Holder in the slipstream, of course, of Denise Pope. Not quite able to get alongside there, but Pope's teammates looking from behind, Wild Things Racing, getting some, well, not quite rear gunner action, but some support from both sides against Holder.
Yeah, this is
Bradford
Will.
now
Bradford.
on the outside. And those are all cracked racing cars, by the way, once again. So, yeah, a little bit more stress, I think, with, you know, don't take out your teammate. And especially in this situation, don't take out 2 of your teammates.
Here we go. Who's going to lift in this one? I'm watching shotgun from Bart Raven's perspective. He's going to see that battle up the road there, side by side. Might get a little bit of an exit. Elects to tuck in at the moment and play it safe. We still have another 9 minutes to go. Oh, a little bit more than 9 minutes. We've got about 14 minutes to go on this race there, gentlemen. So, it's a first finish. You must finish. Just finish first. Just finish. That'd be a good thing. We have one retirement, unfortunately, Adam Burke, so let's just come back out. But I think he was showing. I think he was in the pit road for a bit. He's come back out.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate, of course. Nevertheless, we've got a race going on here. The 3-car train now slipstreaming over Hilltop. And, ooh, that's a nice camera angle. Woo!
I'm trying to drive my GoPro camera, gentlemen.
Quickly over the top of the crest and hard into the braking zone of Knickerbrock once again. And, ooh, but the first 2 run a bit wider. Third one, that's Bart Raven, not quite so courageous, and Negrassus takes advantage of that. No, Van Wingerden, sorry. Van Wingerden already made his way back past again, so Van Wingerden continues his charge in the police car after his off at Shell Oil's corner, and now making his way back further forward. But will he be able to get past the 2 cracked racing cars? And that is quite close, isn't it? It's about the average distance that a BMW is getting to you on the motorway when they're coming from behind.
In your neck of the woods, my friend, I keep my distance 3 car lengths, but we'll see how it goes.
Oh yeah, but the BMWs don't. They don't know about that. Van Wingerden now on the inside.
Oh, this is getting
Has the drive and gets past both of them for now, but can he keep it around the outside of Cascades? Not quite. Has to go the longer way, takes all of the scaffolds and stuff there, all of the curb, and now Hütter is already on the charge back, down the inside for Islands Bend, but almost some door banging there. Van Wingerden still trying to get a move with him on, but can't quite. A little bit of a touch. The M2 gets a bit squeezed in on the nose, but Hütter defends his position. What a fantastic move.
Nothing wrong with that. A bit of door banging is perfectly fine in this race, as we do see some of the drivers blinking down on the timing tower. That's just a little bit of a connection issue. Just put your lights on there, Quentin. They'll have to pull over. And the
Start flashing.
Yeah. Pull over. This is the police.
Yeah, the lights on top of the car would be too much drag, so they removed it, you know? Just a quick megaphone out of the window.
Take some of the weight off these cars, as you mentioned.
Once again, basically into the back of Hütter, just in the middle of the corner, but luckily neither of them spinning around. And I think that could be a lapped car ahead of them now. Yeah, that has to be a lapped car ahead of them. That would be either Burks or Davis. Oh no, that would be Burks. Sorry, yeah.
Here we go. That's going to throw us better in the mix at the moment, isn't it? Where's that other car going to go to get out of the way? It is Burks, as you'd said. He spent a bit of time down the pit road, probably getting that damage done. But they do have a fast repair, so maybe he just elected not to use that fast repair. That's what I read, at least in tonight's racing format. This is
Hütter
where the
keeps picking the
action's
inside.
at Nicholas currently at the moment. We can't take our eyes off it. Tom is leading this race, just to let everybody know. You can see on the timing tower. We haven't even really pointed the camera at him because, well, Tom, you can blame these gentlemen for stealing the spotlight.
Yeah, we're better camera direction than Formula One. Well, we know we have 4 fights for position right now, but we would rather show Lewis Hamilton 15 seconds off Ben's. Oh, that's Hütter goes off.
Keep it out of the kitty litter.
Doesn't hit the wall. Doesn't hit the wall. That's at least a good one. And, well, his 2 teammates are right there to take the fight over from him.
And up the road, this is where the battle's at, of course. There's one of the Burks just completely gets out of the way on that one and says, I want no part of this for now, gentlemen. I've already been down pit road and got the gaffer tape on my car. Look at this traffic, as you said. This is crazy.
Yeah, notice Wild Things as well. James Holder is still fighting. The 2 Wild Things cars are there as well now. Hütter dropped down behind height as well, so really big loss from him from that single move. And yeah, just not quite the race he was hoping for, I suppose, especially with only less than 10 minutes to go. Height's still flashing in and out a little bit, but keeping the position, of course. Davis 2 seconds off, so right now the fight we're looking at is a 4-way fight for P8, all the way down to P11, with Denise Pope now trying to make her way past on the inside, not quite able to complete the move though.
James Holder went off track somewhere and lost that fight that was happening. That's the reason why. Oh, James off again. Hold on to it, James! There you go. He's back on track. And yeah, a few excursions in the kitty litters. Nicholas Davis should be able to get past with the pink machine with the good exit speed, as James is going to be trying to get some of that kitty litter off his tyres, as many of the other drivers are trying to do. Well, I'm surprised some of this track isn't just like an ice skating rink right now, with the amount of dust and debris that's kicked up onto the track there, Nicholas.
Yeah, it's especially around this section, it seems to be an extraordinary amount. But, you know, they seem to be adjusting relatively well, but at this rate, you know, it's basically get the tires dirty there, spend the next 3 corners getting the tires back clean, and then get it dirty again by going wide a little bit. But yeah, Hütter now making his way back up to 8th place, heading past height. And yeah, it's looking like slow and steady progress. Ooh, back up. As he almost gets tagged by Kelly Heights, but not quite. The chaotic Bimmer strat actually making, well, definitely showing the chaos there. Really nicely. You
can see that Denise had to lift off there because the little bit of a blinking there of Kelly kind of threw him off a little bit there, and Denise just said, I'm not quite sure where you are on the track at that point, going into the corner side by side. So that's exactly what has happened. It's not chaotic enough that you got all this debris and everything on the track there and cars absolutely everywhere. Look at this. That you've got to deal with a blinking car every once in a while. Well, welcome to TSRC, your Sim Racing Collective. These gentlemen know how to do it. These drivers, that's why they get paid the big bucks.
Righto. Meanwhile, we also have another fight there with Negrassus and Van Wingeren. There's also a lot more dirt, but oh, that's
Raven.
Actually a spin. Bart Raven with an off, actually a full off.
Yep, completely off the track. You know, when a race is that good, you don't get a chance to go back and look at replays. That's how fast action-packed this race is. And then Hayden says to finish first you must finish. That's what I was looking for, Hayden. So I'm so distracted by these cars, my friend. I can't even focus on the words coming out of my mouth. Well, let the drivers do the talking.
I wonder what happened to Raven there. I mean, definitely something with dirty tires.
My friend. We'll see if we can get a little action back on that replay on this one. Ooh! Complete snap.
And actually, it wasn't the dirty tires. That was a bit of a bad bump from the curb.
Oh, there, as you passed there. Sorry, I was just going to have a look at Bart real quick there from onboard. Yeah, he hit the chicane, didn't he? And then just bang! Hard impact from the fence to come back to low pitches. Because this battle still is not ending. It'll end in about 5 minutes, I can guarantee that.
He's Pope actually making her way past as well. So, yeah, so Stefan Hütter constantly getting forward and then dropping back. So something happened with him as well. He made a mistake while we were quickly looking what happened to Bart Raven. And yeah, that one freebie that he gained from that incident from his teammate.
We got something big here. Tom's come off track and crashed. And we have a new race leader, Robbie, whilst we're watching all this action. So we'll quickly see about that one, because our race leader was comfortably up the road. Tom's had a mistake. He's his own worst enemy at this point, because this track is just hard enough. And there it is, slips the rear end. I think he keeps it out of the fence. There is P2 at this point of Robbie. And Robbie will have a little bit of a smile on his face. Nothing Tom can do about it but try to get back onto the power, and that is what it is. So now Robbie is our new race leader. The Thunder from Down Under in the lead with about 4 minutes to go. Should have Heat 1 in the bag. Well, then again, you would thought Tom had Heat 1 in the bag before, didn't he? And one little mistake. So, yep, got to bring it home, gentlemen.
It all comes back to the old saying of Ron Dennis, you know, to finish first you must finish. And, yeah, that's...
He had a finished driver driving for him, didn't he? Huh.
My God. Okay.
With Mika.
God, I miss Mika Häkkinen. What a character. But yeah, nevertheless, you know, Davidson obviously going to try and chase back that gap, gaining a little bit, but 2.5 seconds in what I guess would be about maybe 2 laps to go, if they're fast enough. And I think that, yeah, it should be around 2 laps to go once for the next time crossing the line. It's, I think, a bit of a rough call there, unless he gets held up a lot in traffic.
Yeah, that's Robbie right there, race leader. You mentioned Tom's a little bit further down the road now. Tom, you can't catch him really 2 seconds to go. Well, unless he forces Robbie into a mistake, and there's that traffic up the road you mentioned. But I still want to try to keep our eyes peeled further here, because I kind of get a feeling this is where something may happen.
Yeah, and Denise Pope, once again, I think at the moment more looking to be a rear gunner for her teammates against Hütter, because you wouldn't want to try and make...
blinking too.
Yeah, exactly that. You know, you wouldn't want to try and make the teammate that is blinking quite a bit the rear gunner, because, well, first of all, it can either cause, you know, an unexpected gap to open up for Stefan Hütter, and alternatively, Stefan Hütter could just get caught out by the blinking and hit both of them off.
Yeah, I hope that they're communicating, aren't they, in the World Things Racing there as well, to let them know that you know, Stephen is trying to hunt them down in the background, but it maybe Stephen's even aware too on the radio there from the engineer or something, maybe even in the Discord chat saying, guys, I can't look to overtake here. It's a bit dangerous. Maybe settle in this position at the moment, because we have reverse grids coming up anyway, so it couldn't come in your beneficially factor later on in this one. This could get a little spicy on this one. Luke is now on the back there, Will Bradford, and this may be the last chance you're going to get an OT done here, as we're in the dying stages of our Heat 1 race, my friend. 15 laps on the bag, and we'll have probably 16 to call it a wraps on that one, but don't you certainly to go anywhere, of course, because we'll have a Heat 2 race coming up, everybody. And if you thought this one was chaotic, imagine what's going to happen soon.
We also have an actual DNF now, Nicholas Davis in the SSR Drivers' Cup number 5. Bart Raven actually, after getting towed, kept going, so good on him.
Yeah.
So still continuing to, well, you know, complete the race pretty much, just losing pretty much a lap. Has got the fast repair, luckily, and still finishing ahead of Birks. So he should start, I think, 3rd place then.
Yeah, and this is also practice now as well, too. So even if you're out by yourself there, and you know, you're not going to be able to get a good podium or anything like that. But you know, remember, these are new cars and new dynamics in iRacing, so it's all practice, and practice makes perfect.
Not just that, but also it's not going to be the same drivers taking the start for the next race. So also trying to make a bit more pleasant, a pleasant starting experience for their teammates, of course.
There's our race leader at the moment. Still got the whole backstretch to go. Should be comfortable on that one. 2 seconds is the gap to Tom Davison for the battle for P1, but there's still that battle, and we don't know if these teammates are... I think there's going to be liners down on that one. I don't think Steam's going to find a way past unless they take each other out. And, you know, first rule of teammates, don't take each other out. That battle's still behind Marv. Oh, sorry, not Marv, but Will. Got to keep 2 very quick drivers behind him as well. Phoenix Racing Team, the TSRC Esports. Quinton, who's not had the best of races too for the Dutch driver, but he's somehow still fighting his way back up through this field. But very, very soon we'll have to switch it, of course, over to our fantastic race leader, because he's Australian as well. To look at the power that Tom Davison, he's right out on the marbles trying to get every single thing he can out of that machine, but it's not going to be enough, because this will be it. Robbie will cross that line, and Mr. Thunder from Down Under, representing Autism Australia, will get the job done in Heat 1. He'll get it just ahead of Tom, because Tom's mistake had cost him that race win. But I can't wait to see these two at it, my friend, for the next heat race. Marv, to come around a couple of corners and then get that P3. Over to you for the rest of the field as we go through them.
Next up, of course, Bradford, Van Wingert, and Negrassis. And Van Wingert actually did get Negrassis just before the end. Then Pope and Height, they finally changed slots. Pope gets in 7th, Height in 8th. So a double finish there for the Wild Things Racing team. Hütter can't get past the Wild Things cars, finishing in P9th, and then James Holder, after some issues
Spart's got
earlier
a
on in the
flat.
race, in
They've
place.
already crossed the line, and he's going to do the jump. Hey! Into the fence.
Gets one of 2 fences, but nevertheless, quite a clean dismount. I'd say the Russian judge gives that an 8 out of 10.
Lovely. What a race. Wow.
Yeah.
It's getting late in Australia at the moment too. Robbie just like, it doesn't matter, man. He's got the excitement and the energy to go ahead and win that race. And what a battle that was. So I think Tom will be kicking himself for that little bit of a mistake, wasn't he? But we'll have a little bit of a warm-up. But we can have a little bit of a chance to have a chat to everybody and reflect on how fantastic that one was. Your thoughts on that?
Really, really good race overall. It's just a great car to have fights in as well. The M2 is just a really, really good spec car for that, and of course it's heavy, it's understeery, it doesn't have too much traction, but that's the same for everyone. And there's a reason why everyone loves racing the Boxmaster, so the UPS van in R Factor 2. It's because it's so unwieldy and just something different to like all the lightweight cars. Now we have 5 minutes of warm-up for everyone to get settled in, all the teammates coming in. Liam Kerr, of course, replacing Robbie McAfee, so trying to make it a second win. Hayden Miller for Phoenix Racing, taking the reins from Luca Negrassis. And of course, for SSR, for example, which was our DNF for Nicholas Davis, Benny Weber will take over. And of course, well, our head honcho himself will replace Merv Gardner, so Kieran Sharp is coming on next. And there we are. Our only DNF SSR Drivers Club, unfortunately. And 11th place and 12th place, the drivers and team showing the same way. Deranked Angels cracked racing, which was, of course, Bart Raven after that crash, towing back and getting a quick repair. And then Blue Shell, our second team, which had, I think, a similar issue with Glendy Dionysus, who will now be replaced, or both of them will now be replaced by Derank and Adam Burks.
There's your Heat 1 results up on your screen, as you just mentioned as well. Wow, I mean, welcome. This is my introduction, I'd have to say, to the new particles and all that sort of stuff on the track, because I've not experienced this, as we elaborated before, just even get the graphics all set up for this race. I primarily of late been doing a lot of oval racing with NASCARs and Xfinity Series and all that sort of stuff, and you don't see any of that sort of stuff on those tracks. So I'm wondering if we got a quick second to pull any of the drivers in for a chat while we got about another 3 minutes left of practice. Maybe pull in the Australian driver that why is it saying the name, both the names up there on the results there?
Yeah, I think it's because they're changing right now. I think it's because the drivers are changing right now, so the driver name is basically getting a bit confused in the overlay. But because everyone, of course, has already changed to the second driver. Liam Giles, for example, for the Fruit Gang.
Yeah, we're switching a whole bunch of drivers over at the moment, so they're splitting it all up, which is fantastic. So you're going to get some new names, new drivers, and new excitement. These drivers now are going to have their first chance of giving the second heat race a bit of a run, of course, and then their feature race. That'll be a lot of fun when you get to stack them all up together for this one-time special event here for the TRC CRACKD M2 Mayhem. I think the the boss man Kieran Sharp kind of got all that one nailed up pretty good, hasn't it? It has kind of been a little bit mayhem for some of the drivers, but I think it's been really good door banging racing too, mate. It's been a cracker.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is just the thing, you know. These cars are, well, quite bluntly put, you know, they're just there to just race up to the limit. Door banging is basically the norm here, you know. You can, even if this is quite a bit bigger, you know, this is sort of in the spirit of old DTM. So like the late 80s, early 90s, you know, when they were in the Group A stages, and you know, they sort out some of their disagreements on track. Luckily, we have it a lot cleaner here, all of them being a lot more calm and collected than the DTM race drivers back then. But we have some very good door-to-door, wheel-to-wheel racing, and you know, I'm just looking forward to seeing how the second drivers for each entry will now look into this as well, and how they will fare.
Oh, here's Kieran Sharp, the boss man. Oh, somebody deliberately did that. So that, of course, they're just messing around because it's a warm up. So they don't. This is the TSRC. They don't drive like that. And when they're racing, I wanted to see the drivers are all hiding, mate. We can't even pull any driver in for a quick chin wag. And I would like to see. Well, Kieran's listening, of course. Kieran, you won't have much time, of course. You'll be ready to start the race. Actually, I think we'll do that to any of these drivers. But if any of the drivers that were in the previous race would like to jump into the interview waiting room, we can have a quick chat to you. And I haven't got much time because this next race is about to start. And if it's as exciting as that first race, I don't think we're even going to have a chance to chat to anybody there, Nicholas.
I mean, you know, it's the in-between time. You know, these guys will probably all be looking at chatting with their teammates and stuff. So, yeah, you know. I think actually Nicholas Davis reported as well. Yeah, his teammate can't make it, so unfortunately Nicholas Davis will not be replaced by Benny Weber, but he will be taking the start himself. Reverse grid pole position. Next comes Glenn Dionysis in the Correct Racing Blue Shell car, and William Chandler, followed by Jamie Nuttall in row 2. Row 3 will be Liam Giles in front of Robin Katzelberger. Row 4 will be Gergely Consabo and Hayden Miller, and you continue for row 5 onwards.
Yep, Hayden Miller, of course. So you got Joshua Millington, Felix there, Kieran Sharp, the boss man, Numpy 12. You'll have Karen, unless you already said that, my friend. Sorry, I'm already doing the other multiple things at the same time as well, too. And Liam Kerr, so the other Australian. Let's see if Liam Kerr can make his way all the way up to the top there and get a double Australian victory. Wouldn't that be exciting? Let's go racing, my friend. If they load themselves onto the grid, green flags
there we are.
In the air.
3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights are out, and it's go, go, go once again at Alton Park. Far better start for the pole sitter this time, and Chandler just... Well, actually, sorry, there was far better start for P2 this time, because Dionysus just took Chandler by surprise. Jamie Nuttall in P3, trying to make another move, looking outside there, and everyone is close together in the pack as they go into the Cascades for the first time.
Oops, you spoke too soon. As Consabo goes around somewhere out in the kitty litter there for the Wild Things Racing team. He's going to drop a couple of places. I don't even see him on the track at the moment. But let's see how the rest of the field here, all challenging here for the pole driver who is in the lead, getting a place there. Jamie Nuttall, look at this. Look at this. Just as exciting as it was in the first race. Let's see. We have to go to helicopter cam. We've got two cars tangled with each other. Is that Josh Millington? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Karen Sharp, it goes around. Josh, I think Hayden Miller was also involved in that one as well. Yes. So, 3 big guns out one corner.
It went from bad to worse there, and of course the cars behind approaching at full racing speed, and yeah, that's how quickly that can go. Wild Things Racing once again measuring themselves against Cracked against Cracked as well. The top 4 are all Cracked. And this is not Fortnite terms speaking, it's just the team name.
You're not cracking a pun, are you? You're literally talking about the Crack Racing team. Oh, I thought you were cracking a walnut or something like that for Christmas. Here we go. This is what happens when you get us two in the booth there, my friend. Challenge for the lead. Let's see if Jamie can... I'm not... You see, you already said Crack, so I can't say Nuttall in that one as well. It's just late. I
think Crack Racing Brexit looking to take the lead from their teammates, of course.
Oh, that's some. I can't even see the car.
Dionysus is just also parking that car on the apex to try and make sure to stay ahead. Nuttall nowhere else to go, and Giles, of course, right on his tail. So he just has to try and place his car right behind Dionysus. Dionysus looking a bit more inside, but staying middle,
Boom.
trying to keep... trying to just stay right ahead and not give Nuttall any gap to go through. Because, of course, we know from Ayrton Senna, if gap car...
Yeah.
And as long as
a
there's
short
no
view
gap,
back to
no
the
car.
past. Yeah. It's Ayrton Senna! Remember, I did my Murray Walker before. I don't think I want to annoy all the audience out there with my Ayrton Senna. It's just like, Nigel Mansell! But at the moment, it's Jamie Nuttall trying to get past. I'm not doing it. You went there.
Getting a lot of dirt on the road as well. Just taking a little bit more track with him. But you can see the counter steering in the middle of the corner there. Druids, of course, with the two apexes pretty much. Dionysus still able to stay ahead. Nuttall now with the dive. Absolute send into a large corner. But can't make it 6-3 wide.
Yes,
now
we can.
For the Crack Racing team.
Yes, we
Giles
can.
on the inside. Nuttall in the middle. Dionysus on the outside. Giles pulls back out again.
This is not fake news. This is real. What you're seeing in your pictures, and you'll believe it or not, you're going to see three drivers almost go into turn one, but they lifted off a little bit, thankfully. But Liam is not giving up too much on this one. And he's got the two drivers up the front from him, and he is giving everything he possibly can in that BMW machine. But guess what? Everybody else is giving everything they possibly can in their BMW machine. Welcome along, of course, to the M2 Mayhem tonight here on TSRC.
And Galantidonis is really putting on a drive here, still trying to block the outside, and now the inside. Oh, barely leaving a gap there, going outside on the dirt a little bit, loses that meaningful bit of traction through Shelzall corner, and Nuttall goes through, but now we're going over the hilltop. Now is a long straight with a lot of slipstream, and that's now three cars pushing each other to make a move into Knickerbrock.
And what's going to happen, my friend? We'll almost get full. If we get William onto the back of this pack, you know what? It's going to be a full-on party here. I love it. Let's keep going, gentlemen. This is fantastic. You don't want to take your eyes off the screen. You thought that first heat race was exciting. Guess what? Keep it steady in there. That's the 294 there. That's Liam. He was getting loosey-goosey out of the corner. A little wiggle and a jiggle and a bubble and a giggle, and he still manages to point it in the same direction. This is fantastic. Look at this. Liam P2 now almost. No, he's not. Side by side. Out of the kitty litter goes Liam. Comes back on the track. Who needs track limits? There are no such thing here.
And now with all the cracked cars fighting each other, there comes Katzelberger making his way into P3 and trying to make another position up. And, well, this is just, another proof. Be patient, stay clean, and that will reward itself. Meanwhile, more cracked cars fighting against each other. And this is now, I think, Liam Giles getting attacked by William Chandler. Felix Smoggy getting overtaken as well now. And my goodness, this is quite a nice and close fight that we have here once again. Through Island Bend and now the hard braking zone to Shell Oil's corner. Again, not quite able to get alongside, but letting them know that they're there.
And there's a turn.
Ooh.
And that is Liam, unfortunately, going around at that point. Now, I was impressed so far that these drivers have managed to get that far without anybody being completely turned. But unfortunately, it has panned out in that situation. But it's going to bring everybody into play. We got door banging. Ooh. We have beef. We got door banging. Keep it in the fence. That's going to be wild. Oh, my God. Look at this.
Oh, my goodness.
Have you just seen that in your pictures?
Huge accident.
Consabo, are you okay?
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. I don't know if we want to go back and have a look at the replay on this one, but this is going to be a roller coaster event. So they're door banging here. He's trying to hold it, gets into the bumps, lifts the car, goes flying airborne, bang into the fence. Hard impact. Does about a 120-degree spin, and there it is, my friend. We'll go back to the live pictures because, all right, get the defibrillator ready.
That's straight toe back to the pit lane. That's not surprising to me at all. Luckily, stood on the inside chicane bit before the corner apex of Knickerbrook, so not losing out too much there, but we have the fights continue here. This is now, I think, Saren and Chandler.
Yes, sir.
Fighting for the next position, yes. So Saren, of course, the teammate of Tom Davidson, who was looking to win the first race until he spun himself.
I'm sure they might be looking up at the video display boards that there are none on this track, but having looked at that big wreck there, going, I don't know if I want to be here on the highlight reels for that one. As you're going to see this, Liam Kerr now is just not too far down the road from these two, but they're about 4 seconds and change. But I wouldn't be surprised to see that Australian pictures there now, catching these two battling out for P5.
Missing the front bodywork as well, but not perturbed by that whatsoever, seemingly. William Chandler now looking for the inside of Nick Brock for him, and that's again! Has to miss the huge tire wall there.
Bang!
Misses the first barrier, but doesn't miss the second one. No chance for him to slow down, and that's a huge one-off.
And Liam would just scoot on by, as I said. Liam didn't even have to even catch him. They caught themselves out into the fence. That's another big accident, hasn't it? Wow, we have a caution. We have a caution on the speedway, on the raceway, sorry, not a speedway, because I'm so used to speedway cautions. You don't get them in road courses very often, and race control's elected. There's 2 big crashes. Drivers are okay, thankfully, but that was huge. Yeah, and that's going to re-rack them, restack them, and do it all over again. Well, Nicholas, I think we have to go back and look at some of those replays, mate. There was some big incidents. First of all, Kensabo was one of the first ones, wasn't it? And let's go back and have a look at that. And this is... So if you've got small children in the room, I'd have them look away from the monitor right now.
Yeah, I think just a little bit of a misjudgment there, and oh my goodness. Just a misjudgment of the space that they had there available to them over the crest. Both cars go into the grass, and they just both try to get back on the road as quickly as possible. I think the 94 was said earlier, then Saren here with less contact, or later contact at least. He's able to catch it, and then, well, the person that was also involved in the first accident there, just a lap earlier, William Chandler, now not able to slow down himself.
Yeah, we'll see if we can go back and actually, so this is kind of the point where they started the door banging. We'll just rewind a little bit. Oh, how close was he not to miss the tire barrier there? Let's go on board here at full speed. Have a listen to this. Watch and hold on. Hang on. Look, misses it.
Oh, God. That looks like a little bit of a reactive move, or maybe he wasn't fully, fully aware that the car was alongside. But, my goodness, that was a very close one.
Jamie now will be in the leader that he had is gone, but they had to fight for it. Remember, he was fighting with Donosis there. Robin was also in the mix, so they're going to re-rack and restack him. Felix now is in there. Is the boss man is listening? And Karen Sharp, well, maybe you can give us a quick chat to it while we're under caution and how the car feels out there to drive. Any drivers at the moment there from Heat 1? Remember, we are letting you know. Jump yourself into the interview waiting room. We'll pull you up here for a quick chat because we'd like your feedback on how the track has been here this evening for the CRACKD M2 Mayhem.
Look at that, how much dirt there is on the circuit there, though. Incredible. That is, the safety car almost looking like it's putting down chalk on the track to mark where not to go. But, absolutely crazy. But yeah, the invitation, of course, any driver that is not driving right now or that...
is bold enough to drive and chat, that's fine. We don't mind up here. It's under a caution, you just got to stick to a Delta. It's not too much of a problem. Hope everybody is enjoying themselves. This is a fun car, says Gardner. Huge mistake by Davison. That was that Bobby said that was referring to the Bobby, not Bobby losing that race, because Davison losing that race by one little mistake is all it took him. Run off wide there and it had a spin. Dirt racing from Gardner out there too. It is essentially at this point the manner they're kicking up on there. William will jump into pit road there as well and get maybe anything fixed up that he needed to. There's been quite a few incidents. This is probably what happened to William. We did see that, and this is the reason why William had to go on the pit road, is he just avoided that tyre barrier, as I said, and he saved it on the inside there, but hard lick into the fence and get that fast repair over, as at least his teammate is leading this race, as there's the pace car.
It's, it's also an M2, another addition to the safety car roster of iRacing, of course,
good point,
we're hoping to get underway soon again. think we got the number 11, number 12, both of them, well, just trying to get back around. Miller, of course, getting a quick repair in. And Chandler, of course, having to catch back up to the pack. So I think, hopefully, we should be able to end safety car period at the end of this lap if Chandler is quick enough.
There he is. And,
but I think the lights are also out, so I think that it might go underway anyway.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yep, pace car lights are out, so see some of the drivers trying to warm up. Not only warm up the tyres, I think probably kick off all the dust that's on the tyre. There he is, so he's just cruising up the back of the field there right now, as you'd mentioned. Only one retirement.
Chandler still has the entirety of Sector 1 to go.
You can see that on your track map at the moment. Good catch there. Nothing gets past Nicholas. All right.
Yes.
Nicholas.
My eyes are facing in different directions. It's all good.
He's as sharp as a falcon up here. You know what I mean? He can spot that little dust particle over there and say, hey, driver number 42 did that on lap 4. All right. Jamie, you've got to get a good launch here. Usually, and to let everybody know, I'm so used to pace cars, mate, doing NASCAR of late. Your driver in P1 should always have a really good advantage of they're the first ones to get that go, and they get the loud pedal. You don't want to be jump starting for the rest of the field behind. So Jamie got a good launch there and there. There won't be double file. There should be single file on this restart, and then could kind of run away with this one. But we've just eaten 3 minutes of the clock on the safety car lap because of those two incidents. So it'll buy him a little bit of time, but I'll tell you what. The other drivers behind, they're not going to yield, my friend, at all. They're going to do everything they possibly can to get a nice race win here.
I mean, we're losing a couple of race laps, but in exchange for that, we've got another close start altogether. So I think that's a very good, worthwhile exchange. Chandler is now caught up as well, so all 12 cars assembled behind the safety car as they approach Druid's corner. Everyone's getting ready, heating up their tires, heating up their brakes, getting ready for the restart. But, still sticking to the back of the safety car quite a bit, and of course that safety car will have to pull away soon.
Yeah, it's Barney, the pace car driver. Fred, the pace car driver, sorry. Barney's the flag man. So he gets out there and gets the job done. It will peel into pit road soon-ish, because you can see on your track map up the top right-hand side, that little start-finish line. That's when because there's no pace lights on the safety car. It'll peel into pit road, and then Jamie will become essentially the safety car, and he'll get ready to hit the loud pedal and go as loud as possible. Thankfully, that safety car will pull in a second. Let's keep an eye on it. Here it goes. And now it's up to Jamie to beat the pace. And you see those lights just across the line. It's go. Let's go.
And everyone's already underway. A lot of people very, very active on that start. The Wild Things racing car, that's Katzelberger, of course, who gained quite a bit from the Cracked Racing fighting earlier. And there's a big one for the second Wild Racing car.
Karen Sharp's also being pushed.
That's Consabo again. My goodness, how much bad luck can you have?
Talk to him about that. Boom! Oh.
Smoggy with the next one.
Yep, William into the fence.
That's Serenov.
Josh, and it's all going pearl shape for these drivers. They say safety cars breed safety cars. They certainly have at the moment. And you restack them and re-rack them, my friend. Everybody's gunning for it. Remember, this is just a... Whoa!
Oh, next big one. That's Smoggy again.
Into the boss, man. Karen Sharp, it's just they've been spending any time on track at the moment after this race restart.
Yeah, I think Smoggy just couldn't see him with Sharp's camouflage livery there. Yeah. They just blended in so well with the surroundings that it's impossible to see. On board now with Miller again, further up on the field. P5 catching up to Kerr for the second driver for Autism Australia. After the first driver, Robbie McAfee, got a very, very good win. And Kerr obviously back in the fight now. Bart has to defend for now from Hayden Miller as the top three are slowly gaining away from that. And now for the insides. Miller absolutely sends it and gets it past for the apex.
Going to make the car as wide as possible because it's very difficult to overtake. You can see clearly Liam can get on the loud pedal down to complete another lap here at the moment as time is ticking, about 5 minutes and change to go on this race, 10 minutes actually. And there it is. There is a battle up the front here as Jamie's trying to hold on, but he's on a massive attack here from the Polish driver, and also lurking in the background is Robin there. And he knows his way around the Red Bull arena, I'd imagine, there for the driver from Austria. probably never been there before in his life. But hey, this will make it entertaining.
But nevertheless, once again, cracked infighting, causing him to slow down, and Katzelberger is all over that. So, could it be now, instead of 2 positions that he gains, it could be 4 and the race win from the fighting of all the teammates ahead of him. And, well, Cracked Racing just breaking all the cardinal rules of racing with teammates right now. You don't hit them, and you certainly don't try to slow each other down too much that you get overtaken by someone who isn't a teammate. But the chaotic Bimmer strat is chaotic enough to work out, as it seems right now.
That's what you said, and that's the general rules. But rules are meant to be broken too as well, and these drivers might be throwing that all out the door in this one-time event. It doesn't affect the championship and stuff like that as well too. So, you know, just go for gold. It's the getting close to Christmas time. Drivers are out here having fun, and I hope everybody out there is having fun. If you are, please hit the like and subscribe as well too, and support these drivers, support the league, and support the channel.
Of course, if you also want to join, you know, TSRC is holding a lot of very fun events in series. So if you can see yourself joining in on fun racing like this, you know, you very well could see yourself join this racing soon here. And ooh, the honest is catching the curb now on Denton's before going through cascades behind his teammate once again. Nuttall keeping a firm grip on the lead so far, but the Dionysus and Katzelberger are not dropping off so far. So it's remaining close. Miller is only 1.3 seconds behind as well. Behind that is Kerr, Giles, then Millington with 2 seconds behind that. Sharp 5 seconds behind that after that accident with Felix Smoggy. Then comes Chandler, then Smoggy, then Seren, and Kunsabo, of course, unfortunately DNF'd after that first corner crash.
Which I'm surprised that some of these drivers are still get back in this. This is absolutely amazing. William Chandler has been in there. Karen Sharp's been in the wars. Felix has been in the wars. They're still in this, getting some good practice. They may be a little down the road there by 40 seconds and change so far, actually a little bit more from the leader, but they're here getting some crucial experience, my friend. And I think everybody is getting some experience here this evening.
Absolutely. It's not just, you know, experience with the new, well, grip model with the, you know, the debris and gravel being thrown on. It's also racecraft experience in these conditions. And of course, once again, going through the final corner over Der Leap, Glendy Dionysus come in with another run, not quite able to make a move, 0.02 of a second faster. And behind that, Katzelberger 0.2 faster than both cars in front of him. So Wild Things Racing is certainly looking to make it a lot more wild and try and make this a 3-way fight. Maybe we can see another 3-wide moment as well.
Oh, you really want that, don't you? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes. We love it up here. You shout out there if you want to see some 3-wide car racing here at the TSRC. CRACKD M2s. These are the M2s, of course. All BMWs are on the track here. New car recently introduced to iRacing, and tell you what, it is obviously a bit of a handful. We'd love to hear from these drivers very shortly, a bit later on, about how it was to drive there. And I didn't see a lot of them using their windscreen wipers too much to kick that dirt off, because remember, it does kick up onto there. So we'll go back further. Liam is on the tailpipe there of the other Liam. So it sounds like a law firm, doesn't it? Liam and Liam.
What was the real one called again?
Anytime you get two names that sound similar, it's any law firm to me. Johnson & Johnson.
Morgan and Morgan. There we are.
Morgan. Yeah, here we go. But we have Liam and Liam.
Someone made that edit. You know, Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan. So we have Liam and Liam and Liam. Well, not quite. We have Josh after that, and Kieran after that. But nevertheless, you know, the Liams are battling. Giles or Kerr, who will be successful in the end. And right now, I think it's still relatively even. Not all in the meantime. 35.3 gets a new fastest lap of the race and puts half a second between him and Dionysus. So really well done from him there. Katzelberger, meanwhile, continuing to around match the pace of the car ahead of him, and Miller now catching up. So we do have a 3-way battle, but it moved from for first place to for second place.
Yeah, four-way battle now, as you mentioned. Yeah, well, kind of, as you said, James got a little bit of breathing space, but you know how easy it is, and it doesn't take much to talk to Mr. Tom Davison about that, how you'll 6-second gap can be neglected in one little tiny mistake there if you go off track. Hayden Miller has been one of the fastest cars on the track. Wouldn't be surprised he doesn't get the fastest lap here if he doesn't get held up too much by Robin up the road. We'll see. That little bit of toe can give you a fastest lap. Jamie has got to really get on the power now and still maintain that gap. This is where the action is. It's a four-way battle. And we'll keep an eye on Liam too, Liam Kerr in the background, see if he can try to slice and dice his way. We've got 2 seconds to change from this man right now. He's running the book.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 seconds. It's only 2.5 minutes to go.
There's your door banging.
Going for the gap. Just barely enough space, but it's enough space in the end. Hayden Miller now looking down the inside into the final corner. Can he get the car stopped? He can. And gets it very nicely stopped on the apex. Gets straight away back out of it. No qualms whatsoever about using all 365 horsepower of this car. And gets ahead into P3. Now ahead of Katzelberger and chasing down Dionysus next. Liam Giles, meanwhile, now all over the back of Liam Kerr. They're all over each other, trying to just make sure that either one of them is going to be in the top 5 at the end of the race. This is, of course, not a championship or anything like that. It's just a fun race, but, of course, it's still a race. So if you think any one of these guys is backing off, well, I've got news for you, sunshine.
Liam Gills is saying, get your kangaroo out of the way, mate, because I'm coming past, and I'm coming here thick and fast. He needs to, because he could see that little battle up the road there. These two actually gained about half a second on that fight up the road there with Rob and Hayden. So I think Liam says, come on, Liam, mate, we got to catch him. We got to catch him, right? We got a podium just up the road here, but we got to do it. Are they going to work together on that one? Are they going to fight each other, the Liam versus Liam? And here it is down the backstretch into the sweeping, right? There's your door banging, nothing like that, of course. Yep, Robin is racing, gentlemen. Runs wide, Liam will. He's under the kitty litter, keeps it straight. Will compromise, and that battle will go to Liam Kerr. The door banging. Josh Millington says, okay, well, thank you very much. You run off track, and I will try to get
My goodness. Did you see how close that was into Droid's corner? Josh Millington just barely thinking of better there. And well, TSRC Esports griefers. Well, it almost turned out to be like a Minecraft griefer. Jesus Christ. But pulling out of that very, very nicely. Now, up the leap, getting across the line, and just now getting slightly ahead. Not quite ahead. Now we're getting ahead of him through turn 1, and they're still side by side.
Josh gets turned. That's interesting.
Just on the last lap.
Yep, the police car gets turned. Hayden Miller's at the fastest lap. We knew Hayden Miller had some pace too, but I don't think he can get enough. We are on the last lap at the moment. Dionysus is up the road there. Jamie still has that lead. It's not a commanding lead anymore. It's still about 7/10, but all he has to do is bring it around about another 2 sectors, and he'll have this one in the bag. I think Hayden Miller's fastest lap that he set, 1:35.3. It's not that much different, really, from the 1:35.4 that Jamie did. So Jamie's just got to just sit there and put his racehorse blinkers on at the moment and just look forward. Don't look backwards, and should be good. His run's a little bit wide, but that's okay.
Dirty tires, though. Leonis is getting closer and closer, so there might still be a leap into the final corner, but he gets. Yeah, I think that might have killed some of his momentum there.
This will be a late send, a full late send if he wants to do anything. Final corner, it won't be enough, but it will be enough for Jamie.
Get a bit of panic into Nuttall, but not quite. Jamie Nuttall, Cracked Racing, Brexit, gets it home across the line in front of his teammate Dionysus. Miller in 3rd place. Katzelberger brings home 4th place. Liam Kerr proves the superior of the 2 Liams in 5th. Then Kieran Sharp into 6th place. Millington into 7th. And Liam Giles seems to have had an incident as well in the meantime. So Josh Millington in 7th. Chandler, the next car on the road. There we are with, someone lap right behind them. I think that's either Smoky or Saren.
Oh, yeah, it's not. It's a lap car. Yep, you're right. And there we go. We'll get that.
Yeah. So Saren coming in right behind Chandler. And Felix Smoky in 9th place, the last one to finish, as he's approaching Knickerbrock for the last couple of corners. Now, one last time through Clay Hill. And just a very quick fun fact about this circuit, in World War II, this was actually an army assembly grounds where General Patton lived. Oh, well, was housed during the preparation for D-Day. And all
Oh
that
yeah,
stuff.
that's right, because he had the dummy army. Because
Yes.
he was sent in a naughty corner there for assaulting shell-shocked officers. So, and obviously it fooled the Germans, because the Germans thought, well, they feared Patton more than any of the other generals, and thus they said, yeah, well, I didn't know that. Thank you very much. But Jamie,
Yeah, some quick
gets
trivia
the
at
job
the end.
done, and takes the second heat race. It's climbing up there as a feature race, and here's the results. If I get the feature race results, there it is, my friend. Should come up in a second now.
Yeah, once again, the driver names are a little bit mixed up, but, Cracked Racing Brexit, that was Jamie Nuttall this race in first place. Then the Blue Shell, Glenn Dionysus in second place. Phoenix Racing, that was Hayden Miller this time around in the number 81 in third place. Wild Things Racing Chaotic Bimmer Strat, which was, of course, Robin Katzelberger in fourth place. Autism Australia bringing home fifth place with Liam Kerr after the win in round one. Then TSRC Esports Washed, that was our head honcho Kieran Sharp. Then P7, that was the Griefers car, that was Josh Wellington. Last time it was Quinton van Wingerden with a lot of overtaking during the first race. Then the 94, the D-Ranked Angles, which was the rank. After Bars Raven had a very big crash in turn one. Oh, well, round one, sorry. Then the M Together squad, which was Felix Smoggy, which was Bradford in the first race. Then Fruit Gang, another Cracked Racing team car, which was Liam Giles, the second Liam. Then Sweat Knob. I am very mature. I can say that without laughing, but I choose not to. With Kevin Seren, who, of course, unfortunately was hit off at the safety car restart at the exit of Cascades. Then Wild Things Racing Sir Graggles with the number 79. That was Gurgly Consabo in the second race. Unfortunately, unlucky twice in a row. And then, of course, last but not least, unfortunately unable to attend the second race because his teammate couldn't make it in time. Benny Weber missing from the SSR Drivers Club lineup. So it was only Nicholas Davis in round one. But we do actually have someone to interview here.
Yes, we do.
And that would be Hayden Miller.
So we'll grab Hayden Miller for a chin wagon. Actually, one of the first drivers we actually have a chat to about what this all was about, and how chaotic and how much fun also it was.
Hayden, are you here?
Yes, hello.
So, what are you saying about this car track combo? What are you saying about the new track conditions? And, well, as you put it in the text chat here already on the Discord, P12 to P5 in three corners. What happened?
Oh, no idea. The first race with my teammate, it was just that I kept on telling him just to keep his head down, and it wasn't really as important to get top positions because it's reverse grid, but he tried his best. He ended up doing well. The race start on my hand was a bit, let's say, unwanted and unexpected. I can't remember exactly what happened, but I think it was it Josh Millington that turned me. But yeah, the race start didn't go as planned, so I just kept my head down. And when the safety car got pulled in, I was like, right, this is my chance to catch up. Got up to the back of the grid, had to let a few cars past, and the green lights went. And before I know it, turn one, there's like 6 cars off, and then turn 2, there's like 3 others off. And I find myself P5 within 3 corners. So got to be one of the best starts I've ever had.
There was certainly a lot happening around you, and, well, just take us through it, though. Like, is it sort of just unconscious, or is it basically just trying to see, or constantly actively looking for the gap? We have a quick replay there of that here from your position, and yeah, cars just going from the left to the right everywhere, and you're basically just threading the needle, parting the Red Sea, so to say.
Yeah, it's experience, to be honest. When you're first in a sim or in the car, I think karting has I haven't raced for long, but it's definitely improved my awareness. So when you're first into these things, you're kind of hyper aware about where things are. But once you get to know the people you're racing against and the track and the car, you kind of just know what's happening. So you'll see smoke, and just without thinking about it, you'll know there's been a spin or something's happened. But it with the new gravel, it kind of puts me off because for me it looks similar from tire smoke to gravel. So I'm kind of I'm on edge more than normal. But yeah, it's just kind of self-explanatory how people can do it with more experience.
Absolutely, and yeah, one of the big factors once again, experience and well, pretty much having a routine sort of mentally, isn't it? But yeah, Hayden, fantastic race. Anyone that you want to call out?
Yeah, I wanted to shout out my teammate Luca Negrasis for taking part. It was kind of short notice. I was actually messaging him during a 12-hour endurance last night. So yeah, it was really short notice because my dad had to pull out. But yeah, I just wanted to say a big thanks for him for pulling in and yeah, giving you guys some great racing.
Absolutely. Then, yeah, thank you very much for also joining us here. Thanks for the interview. And congratulations once again to a well-deserved P3.
Thank you very much. See you.
See you later.
Yeah, Hayden gets that P3. That's the Phoenix Racing. You see that's number 81 machine. That's in the feature race. Of course, we had different results in the first heat race with, I can't remember some of those names, unfortunately, at the moment. They're Nicholas because it's showing us the team names. Maybe the drivers.
I've got it.
Yep.
I've got the full driver list here. So that was Robin McAfee in the first race. Tom Davidson in second place for Sweat Knob. Then, of course, the washed car, Matt Gardner in P3. Then M2 together was Will Bradford in race 1. Then the griefers were Quinton Van Wingerden in P5. Then Phoenix Racing, so the teammate of Hayden Miller, who we had as a guest here just now. Luca Negrasis in P6. Wild Things Racing, both cars, the Cirque Regal's car, which was Denise Pope, and then Kelly Haight, who had, of course, this flickering issue, but nevertheless, both cars managed to get 7th and 8th place. Then the Cracked Racing Assembly of Fruit Gang, Brexit, The Ranked Angels, and the Blue Shell. So we had Stefan Hütter, then James Holder, then Deranked Angles was Bart Raven with a big crash at the end there. But yeah, carrying on after that. Then the Blue Shell. My goodness, okay. I have to find them in the list here. There we are. Adam Burks, and of course SSR Drivers Club. Yeah, the unfortunate man without a teammate, Nicholas Davis.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for the drivers all attending this this one-time fantastic event here for the Cracked M2 Mayhem. I get to that properly. Mayhem Racing here for the TSRC. And it's been an absolute pleasure sharing the booth with you again there, Nicholas. What an event, of course. And as we all wrap up there, Santa Claus is going to start delivering some Christmas presents, some M2s perhaps, underneath your Christmas tree. Probably no... dirt and gravel, right? I don't think any of the drivers need that. They're stocking this season. Nicholas, been a pleasure again, mate. You want to wrap it up there and we'll say goodnight to everybody?
Absolutely. Well then, we had 13 cars on track, 26 drivers sharing those cars with Through a Pop. We were here in Cheshire, in England, Alton Park, raced since 1953, but nevertheless, the action has never ceased to exist from here. 2 races, no snow despite what we're seeing right now, but always some good action with TSRC, of course. This was the M2 Mayhem from TSRC and Cracked. Together today, join us at tsrc.club/discord. My name is Nicholas Hillebrand, and I was joined today by Dean Biggles as my co-commentator and, of course, as a fantastic broadcast director. We will be back soon with some more races, and hopefully you will be here again, either, of course, on the grid or in the spectator ranks. Goodbye.